Hello everybody, it's Darkslayer from DOxDarkslayerTV, bringing you another Dark Onyx game. This one isn't actually on the ladder. If you check out their colors, one of them is yellow. So this must have been a custom game, and guys, I think we're in for a treat. From what I've heard from the guys that sent me this is one insane, messed up game full of retard. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I have yet to see the game. But without further ado, let's get this underway, shall we? Spawning up here at the top right at Cloud Kingdom, we have the Red Terran Kage. Excuse me. Spawning down here at the bottom left, as our yellow Protoss, the dude that should uninstall the game because he's so bad at Protoss, Dark Onyx's Captain Cool. Oh god, guys, I'm excited for this game. I hope they didn't overhype it. I feel like that's a thing. Oh god, we can see observer chat. I'm actually a little scared that we can see observer chat and I'm actually casting the game. But hey, you know what? You know what? I'm just not gonna read it. Please do leave noted that everything in observer chat and chat is not represented. Darkslayer does not represent any of that chat. Back to the game. Captain Cool, a little bit about the players. Captain Cool is a guy that likes to go all in. He builds one, maybe two bases, gets a bunch of units, and then he goes and attacks you and says, fuck you, either I win or I lose. And most of the time he loses because he's bad, but that's aside the point. And Kage up here at the top right, I think, I could be wrong, but I think that's someone incognito. I don't think that's actually someone named Kage. Or I could be wrong. I don't know. They were telling me about the game, and I think somewhere in there someone's like, that's actually me off racing, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. Anyways, we are on Cloud Kingdom, so some all-ins Captain Cool could go for would be things like Blink. Blink is a very good all-in on this map, as there's just so much surface area to get in to this main base of Kage, and both players being very, very passive. Neither have thrown down an expansion yet, but at the same time, I don't know, guys. There's nothing happening. No one's teching, no one's expanding, and we got the longest probe SCV chase I've ever seen in my life. Why do you let this happen? Like, Captain Cool, what is that? What, is he just gonna go check this out? Nope, now he's pulling it. Wait, is that a probe? Oh my god, Captain Cool plans on expanding. Unless that's a bluff in case an SCV scouts it. Captain Cool, of all people, is planning on expanding, which is weird because he threw down a gateway, which is going to delay this probe from building that nexus that much longer. And then he canceled the gate. I don't know. We're going to go up here. What is Kage doing? Maybe he's doing something that's worthwhile. He does have the expansion down on the way. He has 2 more racks being built. So this is very late from Kage, and I'm not 100% sure why it took so long, as he doesn't have gas. I mean, the Marine count's pretty high, so that might have been what really caused it, but I'm not 100% sure. And is he fight? No. I shouldn't have got excited. Captain Cool never expands, and I got excited thinking he was going to. That was my bad, guys. My apologies. But there is a robo on the way now. And a Marine push coming out here from Kage, which could actually cause Captain Cool some problems. Now that one Stalker can kite that Marine force all day with perfect micro. However, Captain Cool is in Platinum League, and I'm not sure who Kage is or anything about Kage. I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at later, like, Kage is a new member, Darkslayer! You're casting him like he's some dude that isn't real! And I'm going to get all yelled at and stuff. If you are a real person, Kage, my apologies. I don't know you. I don't. I'm sorry. We haven't met yet. So, what the fuck? Captain Cool is actually expanding? Let me zoom in on that. Guys, screenshot that. Post that on the Dark Onyx Facebook. Say, Captain Cool expands. First time ever, and then date it. That has to happen. And finally, both players, now that the game is about 20 minutes in, are going to go ahead and get their naturals located and up. And is it just me, or is this game going so slow? I feel like the timer is going super slow. Maybe it's because nothing's happening, so I've got nothing to cast. So this whole time I've been talking out of my ass, and at the end of the day, what's going to happen is I'm going to be like, okay, I've casted for like an hour, look over there, and 7 minutes and 15 seconds has gone by. I don't know. Maybe these stalkers will change that, as there is a observer on the way. Does he have a... No, he doesn't have a Twilight Council, so there is no blink on the way. However, he doesn't want to engage this. Good thing he did send the observer up first, so he is going to be like, whoa, I don't want to engage that. We're probably going to see the stalkers turn around and head back any time now. And once again, everything in this game seems so delayed to me, and I don't know if it's because of the late expansions. Well, I mean, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, but I don't know. We do have finally a third gateway here for Captain Cool, and he is going to go for that Colossus tech, which means that actually doesn't mean anything. It's going to be as standard can get. What happened to those stalkers? Did he pull them back? He did pull them back, and I missed it. Scan does go down. Does it actually see the robotics bay, though? That's the real question. Because if it did, oh, it didn't see it. That's not good for Kage, as if he does decide to attack within the next few minutes, there could be Colossus on the field, and it could cause this Marine Marauder Bioforce a very bad time. We probably aren't going to see very much Viking production because he just hasn't scouted the Colossus, unless he blindly does it. Which isn't necessarily a bad choice. He does know there's Immortals on the field. He knows that the Protoss is going for that robotics facility tech, which means that Colossus are inevitable. But the real question is, did he go Captain Cool style and build a Robo, then go High Templar and he had a Robo? You guys, I don't know. I just cast the games. Anyways, we do have our first our first Colossus making its way out on the field, and there is the Twilight Council. So, the Twilight Council, it could be used for Blink. I don't know if it's going to be used for upgrades, because the 2 forges are just now being dropped. So, either Captain Cool wants to get a chargeless going on, or he wants to go Blink. I don't think he's like, oh yeah, I need to get +2/2, and then he forgot his forges completely. He has an idea for that Twilight Council, and we'll have to see what it is. In Kage, man, this army right here looks 1,000 times scarier than this army right here. But looking at the supplies, you almost have to wonder, yeah, Captain Cool has 10 more probes than there are SCVs. So either Captain Cool has been chronoing those probes, or Kage has missed a couple. Might want to keep our eye on that. Does Kage not have... Does he have Marauder? Okay, he has Concussive Shell. He doesn't have Riot Shield or Stim yet, so that's kind of weird. Stim is about halfway finished, and Kage is going to have the upgrade advantage going into this first battle if we ever do see it, as his 1-1's about to finish up, and Captain Cool's is just now starting. And guys, why did you send me this game? This game is so passive that I could have read a book by now, and I don't read. What is this? Okay, the third's finally going down here for Captain Cool, and he did decide to go for that charge, which means we are going to be seeing a transition into the Chargelet Archon eventually. Whenever you got Colossus on the field, you tend to stick with mainly Colossus for the first half of the game, progressively transfer into your High Templar, which the Terran in return will grab his Ghost to try to hit some EMPs, yada yada yada, standard PvT stuff. Observer, Captain Cool, one thing I'm liking about this game is your observers. You're keeping them going, you're checking for things. I don't know if you're using the information, however you are looking for it. And a big push out from Kage. That is a big Marine Marauder force with the medevac support now. And if I was from Europe, it would be the medivac support, and I would want to hurt myself. But anyways, Stim is finished too. He's got the 1-1. And if we look at Captain Cool, his 1-1 isn't quite finished, but just finished up. So the 1-1 is no longer not in production, which means Kage does not have that upgrade advantage. And finally, are we going to see some action? Is this Zealot finally going to take on this entire Terran force? Well, I'm going to pause it, and now you'll never know. I'm not going to extend this game longer than what I have to. And that Concussive Shell slowed down the Zealot, but no, he didn't actually take down that entire Terran force, which is a little depressing because then I would be like, now I see why you sent me this game. It was super passive, but that happened, and now I know. So, yeah. How'd your guys' day going? Got me some tea right here. Yep. That was good, actually. Got a lemon on it, too. Oh, look at that. Is something going to happen? Well, maybe. He did stem, so maybe something will happen. As the Protoss force wraps around, this Terran force will not be leaving the base, but does he want to? He's going to run in here, and there's going to be so much death as the robotics facility will go down. Colossus production will be halted, and oh my gosh, this is a bad position for the Terran player. Force fields are mediocre as the Colossus just melt away all those Marines and Marauders. And another, that force field was okay, but it only grabbed about half the units, and now this Terran force, it's hard to say whether it paid for itself or not, as the robotics bay did go down and it did snipe quite a few probes, but was it really enough? As it's going to go ahead and get cleaned up here, it's going to leave Kage actually still with the supply lead, and he's been keeping up that production, so he will actually have quite a bit of lead there, and he doesn't have the armory. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at what? You gotta build that armory, man. You gotta get that 2-2, or CptCool is gonna get such a good upgrade advantage, you're gonna melt. And what the fuck? What? What? As I stare at this Colossus, the only thing I'm thinking is how awesome the legs look to that music. I want you to go back right now. Go back in the video. And look how awesome those legs looked as it walked across the map. The Terran force is getting a little bit aggressive here, and it is going to be able to get that proxy pylon. So good on Kage for checking and scouting and killing that, as there won't be any warpins. And CptCool still a little bit scared of the Terran, and he's going to go ahead and push back and stay in his base. And here we go again. Man. Oh my. We're gonna go to ×2. No, ×4. CptCool is on 2-2 now. This is what I was talking about. If he starts that 3-3, the upgrade advantage is going to be huge on his part. The Viking production has begun, which means those Colossus are going to be nullified just a tad bit. But 4 Vikings can't really get the job done, especially with the Archons and Stalkers on the field. They're going to be able to snipe down those Vikings very quickly. And here we go. The Terran does look like he wants to get all kinds of aggressive as the High Templar was warped in right in front of the army. I don't know if that was the best idea ever. However, they did survive. Surprisingly, that force field does go down, not really capturing anything. Another one goes down, not 100% sure why, as there was an Archon there, melting it instantly. And this Terran ball is just melting apart this Protoss army. Whenever you're playing Protoss going against a bio ball, guys, you have to make sure you commit. This is the kind of thing you don't want to happen. If you're really not sure and you keep attacking and pulling back, the ranged units will always beat the melee units, and he is going to push forward here, and he is going to be able to kill off the rest of this bio, but at what cost? He lost a lot of units right there, and to be completely fair, Terran is allowed to throw away some bio if they keep up the production. However, sadly for Kage here, as you can see, a lot of barracks are not up and operational. These 2 are sitting idle, and he only has 4. If you're going to start to throw away the units, you really have to start throwing down more barracks. Actually, finally starting the 2-2 as well, so he did get that armory. And Protoss now wants to get super aggressive. Forward pylon going down as the army is finally outside of Kage's base. He says, you know what, I just killed so much. I feel like I've probably got a pretty good lead. And CptCool is going to go, he's not sure what he wants to do. He doesn't know if he wants to go up this small gap, kill the rocks, go to the left. This probe's going to go up here. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea. Like, when in hell would that ever have fucking built? I'm just curious. But anyways, big warping of High Templar and Zealots. How many gateways does CptCool have? Oh, drop. Glad I went back. And I was not even to check the drop, but now there is a drop happening. However, Captain Cool is pushing at the same time, and his army is splitting all up. That's not very good. He's focusing the bunker, and there's nothing inside. It's making him lose a lot of units. However, the Archons are just so good. He does have the 2-2 advantage, and he's pushing back this huge group of Marauders. But meanwhile, in Captain Cool's base, he's losing so much. No micro is going down. It'd be better if he would start focusing down all these pylons. And back up here at the army, the Vikings once again not going to be able to do much. He needs to pull back this Colossus. It does go down. He did not need to lose that Colossus if he wanted to make this push happen as well as he did. And this drop is just murdering everything. I don't know how this drop is doing so much damage, but it is. Where is the warp-ins, Captain Cool? Oh no, Captain Cool keeps using this pylon to warp in, bro, but your base is dying. The third is down for Kage, but Captain Cool, it doesn't really matter. There is going to be another defense here for the Terran unless you push right now. Like, this could get really bad, and the drop is just murdering everything. All the pylons are going down. Every single gateway that Captain Cool owns is now unpowered. Unless there's some down here. No, there's not some. What are these probes doing? They need to be mining. Oh my gosh, Captain Cool is shitting the bed hard right now as he pushes forward in the natural, making his way up into the main. And these Marine and Marauders are just going to get melted rather fast, as this is quite a big Protoss force. Neither player is mining right now. Captain Cool is slightly over here on his natural, but it doesn't matter because he has nothing to warp in or build. And this entire Protoss base is going to be melted. Why he didn't just warp in a couple times right here, then attack this force, the world may never know. Kage, now realizing it's a base trade scenario, is going to lift up all his barracks and fly away as rapidly as he can. I'd like to see this CC up as well, but he's like, you know what? We don't need SCVs. We don't need mules, and we don't need money, is what Kage said, and then he flew away. I was there. I heard him say it. Anyways, you never base trade a Terran. If you're ever a Protoss in this scenario, make sure you don't base trade Terran, as you will always lose. Did he finally clean up that drop? He did. 3 stalkers, probably more than just 3 stalkers. Oh no, he didn't. Holy shit, I didn't even see it over here in the natural. The natural is dead now. And now these Marauders are just going to start picking away at the third as well. Captain Cool, why did you opt for this base trade? I'm so confused. And now you're going to pull your entire army back? Captain Cool, what are you doing? Captain Cool, what are you doing? What are you doing? Captain Cool, what are you doing? Stop. I don't know the hotkey. Never mind. Never mind. I was trying something. Oh man, this game, the Colossus. I don't. Guys, you actually hurt me a little bit. I feel like this was so. What is this? What is that? What is this? My soul is actually crying because I think I know what's gonna happen here, and if it happens, guys, I'm gonna cry a little bit on the inside. Canceled off all those Nexus. I don't know if Captain Cool's going to try to rebuild here. We're going to have to wait and see. He's going to go ahead and retake his 3rd expansion, as a huge wave of Marines are now making their way down the map. Which, by the way, 26 minutes in, and he still has not decided to get that combat shield. Says that's not the upgrade for me. And, did he never put down the next... Did he pull the probe by... Oh! He's building it in the middle of the map. Captain Cool, I don't think you realize... Captain Cool, bro, you need to uninstall this game. I don't think you realize you're on more even footing than you think you are, as all these need to engage. However, the Marines need to split up a little bit, or that Archon's going to do massive amounts of damage. He needs to turn around and snipe the Archon. The Archon only has 10 HP. Oh god, the Archon might be able to live to 1 Archon down. 2 Archons do go down, and these Protoss forces are going to make their way over here to the barracks. The Marines are turning around now to try to engage all these stalkers with the stim. He's kind of overstimming them as they are dying. Captain Cool is finally going to go up here and see all these barracks, but once again he's going to be able to lift off and fly away. The Terran bank is very, very good. And Captain Cool building 3 BM Nexus, which is very unneeded considering how bad this game has been from both players. And there you go, Kage's going to fly his barracks back now to the main base. But it does look like Captain Cool has this, unless he lets something super slip, which I guess is a complete possibility. Oh man, I don't know what to think. I think I know what's going to happen. Oh, the tease. The tease! Oh my god, is he actually going to be able to land these and build enough Marines to kill off that force? Oh my gosh. He's going to go for this CC. Let's put it on ×2. Well, Captain Cool kills off the rest of this stuff. Oh man. Captain Cool, not sure exactly what to do right now. He's going to come back up here. Uh-oh. It's going to ×1. Uh-oh. Guys, that's a lot of Marines. It's going to take some good micro from these stalkers to be able to kill those Marines. And at a Grandmaster level, that would be able to happen. He has to kill off these barracks as fast as possible. Kage knows this is his last stand. He's building his big barracks. Woo! This game's putting me to sleep. Okay. The Marines are pumping out. He's trying to get as many as he can. Here he goes. The sim forward. He's going to go for right after all these units, and he's going to come in and just start sniping away. The Immortal does go down first. He does decide to start focusing down the Stalkers instead. And oh my gosh, guys, is Kage going to come back and win this game? Kage running as fast as he can. The stim forward, and what stim Marines do run just as fast as Stalkers. These Stalkers cannot actually do anything. The Stalkers are going to go down. Captain Cool knows he's lost. There's only one more Stalker, and oh my gosh, guys, Kage just won. What the fuck?